Okay, so a ton of people have been asking me, Triggs, what is your Void Titan loadout? What do you use? So in this video, I'm going to be going over what I've been using ever since Lightfall has come out on my Void Titan. This is a pretty popular Void build already. I figured I'd make a build on it and talk a little bit about it, about two different approaches to it. So the first approach is going to be, do you want more ad clear? As well as the second approach is going to be, do you need a Void Overshield to keep you alive? So right off the rip, under aspects. So if you want to go for more volatile rounds, more explosions, then controlled demolition is going to be for you. However, if you don't want that, you'll still have volatile rounds, devour, plenty of explosions anyway. But you can go with Bastion, and what that will do is when you cast your super, you get an overshield, as well as when you place your barricade, you'll get an overshield. So with that overshield, you have more survivability. However, if you are using controlled demolition, I say run this if you do have any weapon in your energy slot that has a repulsor brace. Because what that will do is defeating a void debuff target will grant you an overshield. So every time we get a kill with our volatile rounds, we're going to get an overshield back anyway. So we don't really need an overshield from a barricade. If you don't have repulsor brace, then you could definitely go for Bastion. I just like controlled demolition because I have repulsor brace and I don't really need the overshield from my barricade. So getting into the build, what you're going to be using is Rally Barricade, just because you get it back a little bit faster than Towering Barricade. It can still take cover in Rally Barricade, so I definitely recommend running that. We're going to be using the Shield Throw. That way we can throw our shield at enemies and keep our range, as well as Vortex Grenade. Now, what I'm going to be running is Controlled Demolition, but like I said, you can run Bastion, as well as Offensive Bulwark. And for the fragments, we're going to be using Echo of Undermining, so our Void Grenade will weaken targets. We're also going to be using Echo of Starvation, which picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power will give us Devour. We're also going to be using Echo of Remnants. Now, if you are using Bastion, you are only going to have 3 fragments, so I would swap out Echo of Remnants for Echo of Persistence if you want more survivability. I am going to be using Heart at Most Light, and for the mods, for the helmet, I'm going to be using Void Siphon as well as Ashes to Assets. That way, our Rapid Void Final Weapon Blows are going to create an Orb of Power, as well as when we get grenade kills, we'll get some of our super back. Now, if you don't need the heavy ammo scout rifle, you can swap that out for Ashes to Assets, run 2 of them. That way you get your super back even faster because they do stack, but I like having the heavy ammo on, especially in harder content. In our arms, we're going to be running Impact Induction, which causing damage with our melee attack will reduce our grenade cooldown. Bolstering Detonation, which grants class ability energy when we cause damage with a grenade, as well as Firepower, which our grenade final blows will create an Orb of Power. And as you can see, I'm also going to be using Volatile Flow. So when we do pick up an Orb of Power, not only are we going to have Devour, we're going to be granted volatile rounds as well. This is in the artifact. If you don't have it unlocked, I would definitely recommend unlocking that mod, just because we pick up an Orb of Power, boom, volatile rounds as well as Devour, just making the build so much better. In our legs, we're going to be using Void Weapon Surge as well as Double Insulation, which will reduce class ability cooldown each time we pick up an Orb of Power. In Void Weapon Surge, our Void Weapons will get a small damage bonus when we have an armor charge. And in our class item, I'm going to be running Bomber, which will reduce our grenade cooldown when using our class ability, Outreach, which reduces melee cooldown when using our class ability, as well as Distribution, which reduces all ability cooldowns when we use our class ability by enemies. This just makes it so we get a lot of our abilities back when we put down our barricade. And this build is absolutely disgusting. Definitely with a weapon repulsor brace, but if you don't have a weapon with a repulsor brace, it's not the end of the world. The overshield, because of that perk, is just so clutch. But that's going to be it for the build and the video. If it did help, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one, alright? Peace.